In the magnificent city of Babylon, under the reign of King Darius the Mede, an Israelite captive named Daniel had risen to the highest position in the kingdom. Torn from his homeland, he had every reason to despair. Yet his mind was sharp, his integrity unshakable, and his faith unwavering. The king trusted him above all others and planned to set him over the entire kingdom. His enemies burned with envy. They watched his every move, searching desperately for fault in his work or corruption in his dealings. They found nothing. Daniel was faithful in all things, so they turned to the only weapon left available to them, his devotion to God. They approached King Darius with flattery and cunning, urging him to sign a royal decree. For 30 days, no one in the kingdom could pray to any god or man except the king himself. The penalty for disobedience was death in the lion's den. Pleased by their words, Darius signed it into law. Under the statutes of the Medes and Persians, not even the king could revoke what he had signed. Daniel heard of the decree and understood its meaning perfectly. He walked home, climbed to his upper room, and opened his windows wide toward Jerusalem, the beloved city of his people. He knelt down and prayed 3 times that day, giving thanks to God with an open heart, just as he had always done throughout his life. He did not hide behind closed shutters. He did not lower his voice to a whisper. He did not let fear change who he was. His enemies had been watching and waiting. They rushed to the king with triumph in their eyes and reported exactly what they had seen. King Darius was devastated. He greatly valued Daniel and worked desperately until sunset to find some way around the law. But his counselors pressed him relentlessly. The decree could not be undone. With a heavy and reluctant heart, he gave the order. As Daniel was led to the lion's den, and the great stone was sealed over its mouth, the king leaned close and whispered with trembling hope, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." That night, the king refused all food and entertainment. He lay awake through every dark and agonizing hour, unable to rest. At the very first blush of dawn, Darius leapt from his bed and ran to the lion's den. He called out in a voice broken with grief and longing, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to rescue you from the lions?" Silence. Then, from deep within the darkness, a voice rose, calm, steady, and gloriously alive. "My God sent his angel and shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, for I was found innocent in his sight." The king was overcome with joy. Daniel was lifted from the den, and not a single wound was found upon him, for he had placed his complete trust in God. King Darius then issued a new decree to every nation and language under heaven. "Fear and reverence the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and he endures forever.